Yeah, mine's at 90. We're on the top. Let's just run the top like this.
My right front's at 97. My right rear is now at 90.
Welcome, race fans, to Texas Motor Speedway on NASCAR Heat 4. It is the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series presented by Bruv Motorsports, round 34 in the 2020 season, and it is the second race here in the round of 8, here in the 2020 playoffs. Next Monday, we crown a champion. Tonight, we host all 3 round of 8 playoff races. Kansas Speedway in the history books, and we're on to Texas Motor Speedway. It is the Texas Ranger 300 on NASCAR Heat 4, presented by NOSSCAR and presented by Bruv Motorsports. I'm Timac 11, being joined in the broadcast booth with 2 in-race reporters, Jason Pitts in the 99, Harold Burden in the 39, and we're bringing you the action, folks. We're calling it all for you. Kick back, relax, grab a cold can of soda, and enjoy the action. Out front, Noco in the black and lime green, number 23, Chevy Camaro leading the way. He has Flash 9 in the 10, right behind him in second. Chris Pendle in the blue and white Toyota Supra running in third. He's about 4 or 5 car lengths behind this battle for the race lead. Noco on the pole for this one, and he's been strong since the drop of the green flag. Pendle is comfortably in the third position. He's not being challenged by anybody behind him, and he doesn't have any cars immediately in front of him holding him up, none either. Just behind him in the fourth position, that was Nick Francesco. He lost the handle of that number 11 Chevy Camaro, gathered it back up without losing any positions, but now he has Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0 and Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 right behind him, battling for that position. Playoff drivers in the round of 8 run in the first, third, and now fourth and fifth positions if Don Francesco gives up those spots. Gatekeeper to the inside, Josh Colm-Diaz trying to follow him as well. Dunson in the 89. And around goes the 11. There was contact with Josh Colm-Diaz, and there is a big wreck with Chris Ryan, Nick Francesco, Ayrton Frederick in the 93 got a piece of it. And the 78 machine of Vintimidator making his debut here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. I believe he might have been involved as well. Very honored and happy to have Vintimidator here racing with us. There are no cautions here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series, and that's a tough break for him. He started at the tail of the field and worked his way up to the 12th position before that happened. Still plenty of time to gather it back up and get back to the front and repair the damage, and if anyone can do it, it is Vintimidator, one of the top 50 esports prospects during the NASCAR Heat Pro League qualifying rounds here on NASCAR Heat 4. Flash 9 gives up the second position, comes down pit road. Noco still on the racetrack. He is the current leader. 10 wins this season for Noco. It's been a dominant performance here by the entire number 23 team. 10 wins, that is a record for the most NOSSCAR Motormaster Series wins in a single season. Earlier this season, he broke the record with Slade and Fluffy and passed them. They both hold 8 wins in a single season apiece here in the Motormaster Series. Noco really making history, stamping his shoes and writing his name in cement. Forming a legacy of his own here in NOSSCAR, leading laps here in the Texas Ranger 300. He's yet to come to pit road, and a lot of these other drivers have. Nick Francesco in the 11th. And right when I mention that, here comes your race leader. And around goes playoff contender, your Dunson, trying to enter pit road. The 89 went for a spin right at the entrance to pit road. He gathers it back up. He didn't lose too much time. He's not going to go a lap down or anything from this, but certainly going to lose some track time and perhaps a position or two, and those are valuable. Stage points are going to be very key for these round of 8 playoff drivers. Checking in on Chris Ryan. He made the playoffs, but he was eliminated in the first round. Comes into tonight 10th in the point standings. And after the race at Kansas, he now sits in 9th in the point standings and looking to finish the season strong. But he got caught up in that incident and still has some front-end damage to that number 4 Chevy Camaro. And around goes Jason Pitts entering pit road, and it's been a tricky pit road entrance for these drivers so far in the Texas Ranger 300. Battle for position here. 2 round of 8 drivers. Wicked Gatekeeper in the red, number 0, Chevy Camaro. Up on the outside line, finding a little bit of grip there. He's able to stay in front of your Dunstun in the black and gold number 89 Chevy Camaro, Morgan Shepherd car. Dunstun found victory lane earlier in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series season. No wins for him this season in the Motormaster Series, but a handful of top 5s, and here he is in the round of 8 with a good shot at advancing to the round of 4, but he just got passed also by Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, who is also a round of 8 contender and very much known for his success on the 1.5 miles. He won the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series race earlier this season right here at Texas Motor Speedway. It was a big win for him. And keep in mind, Josh in the 7 also won at Las Vegas in the first round of the playoffs here for the Motormaster Series, so he has a win in both series. Bringing good cars to the track every week, and he's getting a little bit closer to Wicked Gatekeeper. That battle is not done. Checking in on Harold Burden, one of our in-race reporters. The winner of the race earlier tonight at Kansas Speedway. Harold, you're going to advance into the Championship 4 race at Phoenix Raceway next Monday. You're going to compete for that championship. How's the car feeling at Texas, and what's the vibe out there like with all these drivers really trying to get a win? The pressure's on for them.
Yeah, the pressure's on for them. The car's a little slippery, but it's doable in a long run to be able to stretch it through again. I think that's what's going to happen.
Very good. Now, as you guys see, Harold's going to pit road. We're going to let him do his thing. He's got work to do on that Chevy Camaro. How about quarter panel in the 18? Second start here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Fitting in quite nicely. Had a good run earlier tonight at Kansas Speedway. Giving that number 18 Toyota Supra a nice showing here at Texas Motor Speedway as well. Working stage 1 of round 34 in the 2020 season. Meanwhile, back up front, just to reset things for the viewers at home, Noko in the 23, you're riding with him. There he is. He is your race leader. Goes to the inside to put a lap on Jason Pitts in the 99. And Chris Pendle's going to join him. Pendle in the 42, right behind him in the second position. Flash 9 in the 10. Running in third. Those are your top 3 in the running order, and they're well on their own out here. Jason Pitts going to try to tuck in line, maybe get a little bit of draft from them and join them. But for the most part, these 3 have found their own section of the racetrack, and they seem to be on a planet of their own when it comes to speed here in the early going. I do suspect some adjustments to be made to some of these cars. We see some cars getting a little bit loose exiting turn 4. It's going to be interesting to see them all stacked up again, double file for the restart in stage 2, which is coming up here very shortly. Stage 1 kind of getting down into the final laps here. Gatekeeper and Josh Colm-Diaz both have good cars, running in the 5th and 6th position. In-race reporter Jason Pitts, how many laps to go in stage 1?
This is it.
Oh, this is it right here. The green and white checkered flags are in the air. And give it up for Noko. 21st stage win in his NOSSCAR Motormaster Series career and 21st stage win of the season as well. Chris Pendle second, Flash 9 third, and it is Wicked Gatekeeper in fourth, Josh Colm-Diaz in fifth.
I got the lucky dog, so I got to figure it out now.
There you go. Free pass will go to Jason Pitts in the 99. He will be back on the lead lap and competing with these guys. "20 drivers started the Texas Ranger 300, and we're about to begin stage 2. These drivers are going to make some adjustments on pit road. More than likely, everybody's going to take 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles, top them up with fuel, make sure that they can go as far as they can, and it's going to be a 1 pit stop strategy in stage 2 as well. Noko and Chris Pendle. 10 wins for Noko, 6 wins for Pendle. They're going to lead them to the line. Green flag is in the air. Stage 2 underway. Dakota Brubb, the defending champion, restarting in third. Harold Burden, the Kansas winner, restarting in fourth. Flash 9 in fifth. Gatekeeper and Josh Colm-Diaz, 6th and 7th. Ayrton Frederick in 8th. Some of the very best on the NASCAR Heat 4 game going at it here. Noko clears Dakota Brubb in the 1. He will take the lead and take sole charge of the lead. Pendle taking the outside line to try to get around Flash 9. Flash looking for the second position. The bottom line bottlenecked up. They're drafting down there and pushing each other into turn 1. Noko with about a 3 or 4 car length advantage now. Chris Pendle bounced off the wall. He's going to drop outside of the top 5. Flash 9 to second. Josh Colm-Diaz to third. Dakota Brubb, the defending champ, in fourth in the 1 car. And Wicked Gatekeeper in fifth. Ayrton Frederick 6th. Pendle 7th. Battle for 6th and 7th. They're side by side. Your done son behind them there in the 8th position. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., the Supercross champion in NOSSCAR, running in 9th.
Oh! Sweet King just got loose and I just punted him. Slipping on the backside.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, somebody got him spun around and I had nowhere to go but into the door.
The battle seems to be from about 4th on back. Ayrton Frederick in the 93. One heck of a drive here at the start of stage 2, all race long for that matter, but he was the one leading this pack for a moment. Loses the 4th position to one of the round of 8 playoff contenders, that is Wicked Gatekeeper in the red 0, Chevy Camaro. And Ayrton is going to settle into 5th just in front of the black and gold 89 Camaro, that is your done son. Another one of the round of 8 playoff contenders. And Chris Ryan in the 4, Pendle in the 42, Dakota Brubb in the 1, Nick Don Francesco in the 11. They're all right there. Oh, Ayrton Frederick goes way towards the outside wall in 1 and 2. He's going to lose a handful of positions, go to the tail of this pack. And that's a shame. He was running in the 5th position when that happened. That opened the door for Dunson in the 89. Round of 8 contenders running in 1st, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th at this time. Battle for 2nd is on. Flash 9 in the 10, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. They might even be working together to try to gain some ground on Noko in the 23. There's Thomas Geyer in the 62. I believe Thomas was actually just on pit road in that 62 machine. He was involved in an incident earlier in this stage, as reported to us by Harold Burden, and he's been on pit road. He's got 4 fresh tires. He's the 2nd car in line, but he is 2 laps down, looking to get one of them back the hard way if he can. And man, he has to. He is one of the round of 8 contenders. He needs to get back onto the lead lap at all costs. And riding on board now with Thomas Geyer. Entered in as the 8th seed in the round of 8 amongst the playoff drivers. And Chris Pendle goes through the grass there on the front straightaway there. We didn't see exactly how it started. I believe his car got loose coming out of 4. And you know what? All things considered, he held on to that car really well. Only lost 1 position, and that was Junior Dunson in the 89. Whew. That was close, so let's reset things for you. Owen was going to reset things for you, but Dunson just got a little bit loose coming out of 4. We were going to try to report on that if we could. Action all over this racetrack, and now round of 8 contender having problems in turn 1. Way up towards the outside wall, he has dropped outside of the top 8, and this is big problems, bad news for one of your round of 8 contenders. Now he just got the tires a little upset, got out of his groove and got out of his rhythm because he seems to be rolling again, and there doesn't appear to be any damage to that car, so I'll have to keep an eye on him. Noco is the leader. Josh Colm-Diaz runs in 2nd. Flash 9 in the 10 car is in 3rd. There you see him, and that's the closest battle towards the front on the racetrack. And it was, anyways, until Josh Colm-Diaz decided to come down pit road. Scheduled pit stops are beginning here in stage number 2.
They're crashing going into pits.
Yes, they are. Jason Pitts was involved in the 99. He slides through the grass. Nick DonFrancesco, I believe, made it onto pit roads safely in the 11, as did Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7.
That could have been way worse than it was there. The 2 cars wrecked in front of me. I just got a sideways and slid through the grass.
And more problems.
Crazy.
Thomas Geyer and Noco. Thomas Geyer and Noco were both trying to get their way to pit road, and they ran into each other. I believe it was Thomas that ran into the back of the 23 machine. Thomas didn't need to come to pit road anytime soon, and around went Noco. We've seen this before. In fact, earlier tonight at Kansas Speedway, we saw this happen to Noco. Thankfully, it's only stage 2. He's got time to recover and bounce back from this, but he may not be the race leader when this cycle of green flag pit stops is complete. Wow. And that's how quick things
I have no
change.
idea how I saved that and did not wreck Napa or the other car that was your Dunson. I think she ran into it. I really could have ended this all really bad there. Just sacrificed it.
Well, we saw drivers having problems entering pit road in stage 1, and it looks like it's going to continue throughout this race. So therefore, the final stage is going to be really interesting because there's a lot more green flag pit stops in the final stage than there are stage 1 and stage 2. So it should be really interesting to see who can make it onto pit road without getting any speeding penalties, without getting caught up in any incidents with other cars as well. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 5. Your Dunson in the 89 is Harold Burton in the 39, just behind them. We're going to throw it down to in-race reporter Harold Burton, actually. Who is the current race leader? How many laps to go in stage 2?
Let's see here. We got 4. Ooh, there's a wreck on the front, but Pendle's around.
You're right. I just saw that.
Yes, 4 to go. 4 to go at the line.
Okay, thank you. So Chris Pendle in the 42 has spun. This was coming out of turn 4. I didn't see what happened to him, but there is a little bit of damage to the front end of that 42 Toyota Supra. Who do we have as the race leader?
The leader.
What's the number on the track map?
And D-Nub are in 2nd and 3rd in front of me.
Well, what's the number on the track map?
Oh, okay, 0. My bad. 0.
That's all right. So Wicked Gatekeeper.
We can do that.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So this is right here, the battle for the lead, actually, folks. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0, Flash 9 in the 10. They are going into turn 3 right now. They're coming around to take the 2 laps to go signal, if I'm not mistaken. and therefore pit road will be closed when the leader hits the line this time by. And at a track like this, I don't think that pitting with this few of laps left anyways would be beneficial to you. And Gatekeeper trying to hold on for dear life to get a stage win. Those 5 valuable stage points will come in handy as he tries to advance to the Championship 4 race at Phoenix next Monday, right here on the NOSSCAR YouTube channel. Gatekeeper might be slowing, he might be sputtering, and he is. Flash 9 has taken the lead, 1 more lap to go in stage 2. I don't think he's up to full power, and if he is, he lifted on purpose knowing that it was going to be sputtering soon on him. Flash 9 in the 10, he might be sputtering as well, but the 0 is definitely down on speed. Flash 9 is slow on the bottom of the track, and 4.
I'm starting to run out, coming off of 4. Here I go at the line. Yes, I got it.
And Harold Purdon takes the stage win in the 39.
I'd just like to say I think you have done this once or 10 times in your lifetime. I'm once again 1 turn short.
Wow. And so if I'm not mistaken, Dunson in the 89 is going to get second. Oh, we're going to have to throw it down to In-Race Reporter. Your stage 2 winner, the 39 machine, Harold Purdon, for your top 5 in stage 2.
All right, you're Dunson in second, Flash 9 third, Chide Cubs Trips at 4th, and Wicked Gatekeeper in 5th. D-Nub 6th, AYR 7th, No Pit Pendle 8th, NASCAR King 9th, and Dave Roll finishes out the top 10.
Good stuff, good stuff. And how about...
There'll be 12 cars on the lead lap when Noco gets on this time by.
Ooh, so still quite a few drivers that are going to have a say in who wins this thing. How about Bradley Gilliland in the 61? Coming back for some more fun here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series, now driving the 61 Toyota Supra. Love the paint job on that car, and he's making it look good. Won stage 2 at Kansas earlier tonight, finishes 4th here in stage 2 at Texas. The end of the race at Kansas didn't go his way, but if it does at Texas, who knows what can happen. Oh my goodness, something is going on. Noco is starting at the tail of the field for this restart. The pole sitter near the back, Chris Pendle near the back.
Yeah, he's the one that gets to wave around the free pass. Noco, he was a lap down.
That changes so much. He's at the back for this, and he's on slightly older tires. The green flag is in the air. Harold Purdon and Flash 9 lead them through 1 and 2 for the final stage. Flash 9, Harold, Wicked Gatekeeper, they are your top 3. Josh Cole-Diaz in the 4th position, Dakota Bruv in 5th. They're slicing and dicing. It is final stage time, and we're in the round of 8 of the playoffs, folks. This is a big one. They know that a win advances them to the championship race. Harold in the 39 was able to do that earlier tonight at Kansas. He's locked in to the championship race at Phoenix. Wicked Gatekeeper in 0 in 3rd. Josh Cole-Diaz in the 7 car in 4th. They would love to do the same thing. That way they don't need to worry about Martinsville, and that's going to definitely be the wild card race of the playoff round. Non-playoff driver Flash 9 leading the way. How about Jason Pitts in the 99 all the way up to the 5th position after having to take the free pass at the end of stage 1. He's battling for 4th now with Wicked Gatekeeper. They got real close coming out of turn 2. Might have even been a little bit of contact made. They're still racing side by side for the 4th position. Jason clears them, and they're 3 wide. They're 3 wide behind them, or they were. Dunson in the 89, Ayrton Frederick in the 93, Dakota Bruv in the 1. This is a battle for 6th on back. Noco in the 23 is in the mix, so is Nick Don Francesco in the 11, Chris Pendle in the 42, and Chris Ryan in the 4. Not too far behind them is Bradley Gilliland in the 61 as well. A lot of good cars still in contention to get the win here today. And going back up towards the front, Flash 9 has a new challenger behind him, and that is the 7 car of Josh Colm-Diaz. And he's looking to the inside going into 3 and 4. I mentioned it earlier before we began the broadcast. This is a big chance for Josh. He's very good at these mile-and-a-halfs. He won the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series race at Texas earlier this season. He would love to do the same here and punch his ticket to the championship 4. He clears Flash 9. He does it. He takes the lead here in the final stage. Can Josh hold on? He wiggled at a 2. Trying to come back up in front of the 10. Now they both go low into 3 and 4. Piston Piper goes high in the 99. Gatekeeper is going to take the 3rd position on the bottom. And there's a car going through the grass. Is that Harold in the 39?
No, I was just barely clipping the edge.
No, sorry about that. It was Ayrton Frederick in the 93. He's okay, too. He just slipped from 7th to 10th there. But everybody's still pretty close together. There's 5 cars up here in the lead group. And 4 cars now in the second pack, and another 4 cars in the third pack as well. How about that, folks? Josh Colm-Diaz leading the way in the 7. Strong all race long. He's been strong all season, really. He's got a win this season earlier in the playoffs at Las Vegas. Oh, and a little loose there right in front of Flash 9. He held on to it. Round of 8 playoff driver leading the way. 2 non-playoff contenders running in 2nd and 3rd. And 2 more playoff contenders in the round of 8 running 4th and 5th. Keep in mind the one in 5th, the 39 machine, Harold Burden, clinched in to the championship 4 race next Monday at Phoenix with his big win earlier tonight at Kansas Speedway. And if you didn't see that one, folks, make sure when you're done here you go and check that one out. What a phenomenal race that one was. They're shaking things up a little bit here. Battle for 3rd. Seen Jason Pitts work the outside the most out of any of these drivers up in the top 5. Now he's trying to bottom out on, trying to make a move on Wicked Gatekeeper in the Zero machine. And he doesn't want to slide up into him at all because he knows he's a playoff driver. And don't look now, folks, but Noko, the pole sitter, has worked his way all the way up into the 6th position, starting at the tail of the field here on the restart for the final stage. He's on his way, folks. Right when I mentioned that, Noko got all sorts of loose right in front of a bunch of drivers. Pendle had to go through the grass. Dunson hit the wall and spun out.
And 2nd place car hit the wall, and now he's losing position.
Thomas Geyer, round of 8 playoff driver, is on pit road and motionless. He is going to be in a must-win situation at Martinsville. And Dunson, with a little bit of front-end damage from that incident, lost a whole bunch of track position.
The leader's in the grass.
Stage.
Leader went in the grass. It's tight now.
Wow. Action all over this racetrack, folks, and the round of 8 drivers seem to be a part of it. Noko got loose coming out of turn 4. Dunson got involved. Pendle had to go through the grass. Josh Colm-Diaz, the leader, goes through the grass just a couple of laps later. Chaos all over this track, action all over this racetrack. The round of 8 drivers pushing their cars to their limits. They want a battle for a championship next Monday.
Contact between piston and
Yeah,
gatekeeper.
you drove it in there a little hard, but it's not the first thing you had of me.
Yeah, you want it back, go ahead. I'm just cruising.
Just cruising too.
I'll give you the bottom up here.
Yep.
Ooh, you lost it.
Oh, Jason Pitts had to lock it up and try to gather it back up. He went to the outside to let a few cars go by, but that is a heartbreaker. He was up there in the top 5 when that happened. Drops outside of the top 10. Still right there with these guys. If he can get a little bit of draft, he'll be able to battle for position throughout this final stage, but it's going to take a lot of hard work to get back up into the top 5 where he was. battle for
39 to
fifth
go.
on back is this what you're looking at here. Chris Pendle in the 42. Dakota Bruv, the defending champion, in the 1, and Noko in the 23. Chris Ryan in the 4 behind them, Nick Don Francesco in the 11, and Ayrton Frederick in the 93. All having a really good battle there and have been for most of this race. Up front, it is Flash 9 leading the way. God, thank you, Harold. My fault. I just barely caught that. Josh Colm-Diaz surrenders the race lead. Number 7, Shetty Camaro on pit road. Giving up the top spot to Flash 9. Wicked Gatekeeper right behind him in second, and that is the 39 of Harold Burden in third. They are still on the racetrack and turning laps. How many laps to go?
38, I believe, this time by 37.
Okay, thank you. You heard it, folks. You heard it from the only driver in the field that knows for sure he's going to Phoenix to battle for a championship. 37 laps to go here in the Texas Ranger 300 here on NASCAR Heat 4, round 34 of the 2020 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series season.
Looks like the 10 is pitting.
Bruv Motorsports. And you're right, Flash 9 surrenders the lead to come to pit road. Wicked Gatekeeper assumes the race lead. Harold Burden will take over second. Chris Pendle will take over third. Noko will take over fourth. Different fuel and tire strategies are being deployed. Flash 9 in the 10 brings his car to a stop in his pit stall. Surrendering the lead, he was in second before this entire cycle of green flag pit stops began. He knows he's up there with the drivers from the round of 8, but he's battling for the lead and minding his P's and Q's in the process. 4 tires and fuel. The 10 car feeling good. Oh, and Noko in the 23 is wrecked near the entrance to pit road. Not sure if there was contact made with Dakota Bruv or Jason Pitts, but they were the 2 closest cars to the 23. Jason Pitts, did you see anything with the 23?
No, I didn't. When I came around the corner there on the apron, he was already spun. Looks like he had quite a bit of damage too, I'm not sure.
Man, more bad luck for Noko in the round of 8. Thankfully, those 73 playoff points that he entered the round of 8 with really coming into play and helping him advance to the round of 4. Have Phoenix next Monday. 61 car, Bradley Gilliland on pit road. Stage 2
39.
winner at Kansas. 4th place here in Stage 2 at Texas. 4 tires and fuel down and away. Dunson, round of 8 contender. He's had some bad luck here in the final stage. Lost some track position out there. Comes down pit road, going to take the time to repair the damage. 4 tires and fuel. The car feeling a little loose near the end of the long run.
39 coming out.
Tucker, 18 times 2.
Who do we have as the leader, folks? The 7?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we're watching. Yeah, now it's the 10. We're watching
now
a good.
It's the 10.
Yeah, we're watching a good battle here for the race lead. Non-playoff contender Flash 9, full-time NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series driver, taking on round of 8 playoff contender Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, also a full-time NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series driver, recently signed to drive the 48 for Timac Motorsports in the Platinum Cup Series. Josh doing everything he can to reel in that number 10 car. He needs a win to advance to the round of 4. It's doubtful that he's going to do it based on points now that Harold Burden has won a race and clinched his spot. 7th seed driver taking up one of those 4 spots has really put Dakota Bruv in the 1 and Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 in a bit of a position here where they really need to race their guts out to make the championship race next Monday. Wicked Gatekeeper in 3rd. Don't count him out either. That Zero car has been strong all race long. He's been in the top 7 all race long. Not a mark on that Chevy Camaro. Came into the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series with one goal in mind, and that was to make the round of 4 and compete for a championship. He's got to win this season. Came into tonight with 10 playoff points, and he's looking good. He advanced to the playoffs, came in above the playoff cut line by 6 points over Dakota Bruv and Josh Colm-Diaz. Flash 9 in the 10 has 2 lap fresher tires than Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7. Josh was one of the drivers who elected to come down in short pit to try to gain some of that track position. Flash 9 now using those tires to his advantage, taking the lead and driving away from Josh in the 7. And now the battle for second is on. Wicked Gatekeeper goes to the inside of Josh Colm-Diaz to take over second. Josh now slips to third. Update for you on Chris Pendle. He has worked his way back into the 4th position. A couple of laps ago, he was able to get around your Dunson in the 89 car. There you see the black and gold car. Dunson coming into frame behind the 42 every now and then. Those are the 2 drivers running in 4th and 5th playoff contenders in the round of 8.
No.
No?
Your Dunson is a lap down.
Oh, he is?
In 5th. Yes, I'm in 5th.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the correction. So Dunson's problems that we saw him having on the track were more catastrophic than meets the eye, folks. Dunson, one of the round of 8 contenders, is off of the lead lap. Harold Burden in the 39 runs in the 5th position. He's got a bit of a gap to work with in order to catch the 42. We have a lead change up at the front. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0 has made a pass on Flash 9 in the 10.
Dakota Bruv have been running very, very consistent laps. They probably ran them down over a second and a half to theirs. And he's pulled away from me a little bit, so he's handling a little bit of that.
There's good battles all over this racetrack. It's really hard to keep track of them all. The top 5 are all within striking distance of each other still. Here in the Texas Ranger 300 of the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series presented by Bruv Motorsports. Round 34 of the 2020 season. Wicked Gatekeeper leads the way, and he's looking for his 2nd career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win. So is Flash 9. In fact, both of them sharing 1 win apiece here in the 2020 season. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7 comes down pit road. Pendle will stay out to take over the 3rd position. Harold in the 39 will do the same. This is a scheduled pit stop for the round of 8 contender, using the short stop strategy throughout this final stage to try to get the job done. It certainly helped him when it comes to maintaining good track position, but it hasn't been able to keep him in front of the 10 car, or even the 0 car for that matter. We're going to have to see how this all plays out. 4 tires and fuel for Josh Colm-Diaz. He has a win this season here in Motormaster and a win in trucks as well. There's the defending champ of the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Dakota Bruv won the 2019 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series Championship back on NASCAR Heat 3. Showed so much love and passion and support for the series, he decided to offer sponsorship here for the 2020 season. And now he has done just that. The NOSSCAR Motormaster Series is presented proudly by Bruv Motorsports. And it's been a pleasure having Dakota here racing in the series with us, driving that number 1 Chevy Camaro. He's done a good job. Started the season a little bit rough, and he himself will tell you that that usually happens with him, but then he comes on strong as the season progresses, and that's exactly what he's done He is a round of 8 playoff contender, and he's got a shot to advance to Phoenix next Monday to battle for the championship. There's Dave Marks Jr. in the 07. Haven't spoken much about him in this race. Trying to come up there on Nick Don Francesco, who's going to pit road, and whoa! Around goes Nick Don Francesco. He spins that pit road entrance. He's going to get on pit road now, but oh man, that could have been catastrophic. That Chevy Camaro was parked in a bad spot there for I don't know, a second and a half, 2 seconds, but these cars are flying around here doing what, 29-second lap times? Something like that?
Yeah, about 30 flat, 30, 31.
Doesn't take long for them to come up on a car parked there. Thankfully, he got it off the racetrack, and he's on pit road for service. There goes Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 5, down and away. 2020 NOSSCAR Supercross Series champion. And I believe that the leader is Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0. He has not come on pit road for his next stop.
If he's still the leader. No pit at Class 9. Then it's me, and then Piston. With Noco on 6.
So a lot of strategies being carried out here in the final stage. As you can tell, Flash 9 has been conserving. He was the leader at one point. I don't, either that or he might have pit a little sooner than some of these other drivers, because he slipped back a little bit outside of the top 2 to be exact. Now Ayrton Frederick on pit road. 2020 NOSSCAR American Muscle Series champion on GTA 5, and that was one heck of a series. A lot of the races there were broadcasted on the YouTube channel from also the NOSSCAR Street Tech Series as well. He's on pit road. He's been on the lead lap for most of this one and had a pretty solid day. Noco on pit road. Jason Pitts on pit road. Dakota Bruv in the 1 comes to pit road. Nicely done by all 3 of those drivers. Pit road entry has been a little bit wild here in the Texas Ranger 300 at Texas Motor Speedway, and now here in the final stage, I think that some of these drivers have really gotten it down and figured out. They come to their pit stalls, 4 tires and fuel, and we're going to send it down to in-race reporter Harold Burden. How many laps to go?
I just pitted, so...
It'll tell you at the top of it.
No, actually it doesn't. It just says 17.
Or you pit... Oh, the stop is happening. Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm behind a bit. I tried to time it right. Throwing it down to Jason Pitts, then. How many laps to go? I don't hear you.
I'm about to come out.
He's right. 18, all right. 18 laps to go, folks. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Starting to wonder if some of these drivers that are pitting right now, if they can make it from here to the end of the race. You can?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I got 18 laps of fuel.
Drivers like Josh Cole-Diaz, they might be in trouble.
14, 15 laps up.
Dunson, one of the round of 8 contenders, 1 lap down. Down and away. Scheduled service. He can make it the distance from here on the tires and fuel that he has. One driver I'm a little bit concerned about, though, is Josh Cole-Diaz in the 7. He's short pit compared to everybody else, and I really don't think that he's got the fuel to go the distance of the race. And that would be a heartbreaker for a round of 8 driver that really needs a solid showing and a solid points day to make the round of 4.
To go.
Who do we have as the race leader right now?
7.
Oh, it is? Okay. He's making it interesting, that's for sure. We're watching a battle for the lead right now. Then Chris Pendle in the 42 goes to the inside of Josh Cole-Diaz, and that was for the lead heading into 1 now. Chris Pendle has had a great 2020 season here. 6 wins, second most of the season, second most playoff points, came in as the number 2 seeded driver in the round of 8. And with this win, that would catapult him into the championship 4 and guarantee him a spot to battle for the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series Championship next Monday. He's got about 6-7 car lengths of an advantage over Josh Colm-Diaz in the 7, who has much older tires than the 42 car at this juncture. Coming around now, 12 laps to go in the Texas Ranger 300. Solid effort by Flash 9. He's found victory lane earlier this season in his part-time campaign. Still hoping and concentrating more so on the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series, but he always brings a good car and always puts on a good show for the viewers at home and for the fans. Running inside the top 5 right now and hoping to finish strong here at Texas Motor Speedway. He's led a lot of laps in this one. Battle is on for second. You're watching it. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 0 trying to take it away from Josh Colm-Diaz, and he will. And this is kind of deja vu from the last fuel run that we just had. Josh Colm-Diaz was able to take the lead after the cycle of pit stops, but was overtaken by Flash 9. Only difference now is Flash 9 is the 4th place car instead of Chris Pendle, and Chris Pendle is the leader instead of Flash 9. And now Josh Colm-Diaz, I believe, just came down pit road. And that answers that, and that's a tough break for one of the round of 8 contenders. I don't believe anyone else needs to come for service before we see the checkers. Didn't have the fuel mileage, didn't have the right strategy, certainly had the car. Ran in the top 5 for pretty much every lap in this one, except for during the cycle of green flag pit stops. It's a tough break. Oh, I could be wrong. There's more drivers coming to pit road. The 18 is on pit road. The 4 of Chris Ryan as well. And the quarter panel on pit road. 4 of Chris Ryan on pit road. Getting busy down there. Chris Pendle is the leader at this time. And he's cruising away with this thing. Wicked Gatekeeper is not close enough to make a challenge before the end of this race. There you see his red Camaro coming into the frame behind the white and blue number 42 Toyota Supra, and not a very large car in the frame. It's about a 2.5 second advantage for Chris Pendle. It kind of looks like Gatekeeper might even be lifting and conserving just a little bit. The laps are winding down.
6 laps.
Whew. 6 laps to go.
Where you at, Trouble? What are you looking like?
I'm at the start-finish line right now. It's questionable on my left rear.
So everyone's going to be close
at 14%.
And you guys pit after some of these guys. So some of these guys are going to be really close then.
I think mine only took 2 tires though.
Oh, I understand now. Okay, never mind. Okay, 5 laps to go, folks. Chris Pendle leads, Wicked Gatekeeper in second, Flash 9 is in third. They are the top 3. They're kind of the only ones within striking distance to win this thing if something were to happen to Chris Pendle in the 42. And it would have to be something catastrophic, something major. And I believe Pendle's got the tires and the fuel to go the distance to the end of the Texas Ranger 300, and he just might actually be the one to park it in victory lane here for the 7th time this season. It would be for the driver of the 42. So is this 4 to go now?
4 to go.
Oh man, they're clicking off
3
quick.
now. He just went off the. Ooh. Man, I did not see NASCAR until I've been there that fast. Just missing.
3.5 laps to go now. He's trying to hold on for dear life. They all are. I believe that the tires and the fuel are going to be relatively close for some of these drivers, but I do think that they're going to make it. Three to go. And this is exactly what Chris Pendle needs. He was probably going to make it on points, but getting this win, it does so much for you as a driver, for your team, for your friends that are in the league with you. It just kind of pumps everybody up, and it gets the positivity going. And that's exactly what a driver needs when they're trying to get their way into the championship race for their series that they're running in. 2 laps to go for Chris Pendle, closing in on his 7th career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win and 7th of the season as well.
Let me just flap on 2% in my left rear.
Make sure you guys get the results for the race as well. Take a screenshot if you have to of all of them. White flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go in the Texas Ranger 300, and there is no challengers for Chris Pendle. The checkers have fallen, and Chris Pendle wins the Texas Ranger 300 at Texas Motor Speedway. Gatekeeper is going to cross the line in 2nd, and Flash 9 will finish in 3rd. Gatekeeper with a solid performance, but he's going to fall a little bit short to the 42. Chris Pendle locks his spot into the Championship 4 at Phoenix. Can you guys get pictures of the results?
Yeah, I'm going to screenshot them on my broadcast.
Alright, cool. Every single one of them, all 18. What a race, what a night, what a Motormaster Monday it has been so far. First time winner Harold Burden, Kansas Speedway, and now here we have Chris Pendle in the 42.
It kicked me out of the room. Oh, yeah.
7th win of the 2020 season for him.
Fastest lap was a 29.712.
Well, I had a 7th.
Noco with the quickest. You guys were hauling the mail out there. Look at those lap times with the presets even here in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series. Pendle, the race winner, with the 4th quickest lap time. Consistency pays off, and he certainly had that and more here in his Motormaster Series season. We're going to see if we can get a word with them before we launch the Martinsville race, and we're going to congratulate him on his big win.
Well, I got to finish in 7th, and then it kicked me out.
No worries. Piston said he got it.
Get back to the lobby. Oh, okay.
Piston, you got the photos, right? I was trying
to hit my share button in that, and it just, I don't know. Maybe I hit the wrong one or something.
Piston, you're terrible for communication. All right, thank you. And just awaiting on the race winner, Chris Pendle, 7th career win here in the Motormaster Series Forum, punches his ticket into the championship race at Phoenix. We've made our way now to victory lane. Chris Pendle in the 42 is here along with his team, celebrating for the 7th time this season. You found victory lane. You seem to have this figured out. Always consistent, always fast, and you seem to always put yourself in a position to win and capitalize on other drivers' mistakes. Seemed like the Texas Ranger 300 was no exception to that. What's going through your mind now that you know you're going to battle for a championship next Monday?
Oh, that's a pretty good feeling. It's a great race tonight. Texas had a good race at Kansas too, and then Texas come out with the win is great. Unfortunate circumstances happen. my buddy Noko, and then also Wicked. But great to come out and get the win and punch my way in next week.
We saw you battling with a lot of drivers there near the front, and a lot of drivers that you're very comfortable racing with that you've got to know, like Noko and Wicked Gatekeeper, NASCAR King, Flash 9, just to name a few. Describe the competition out there.
It's pretty intense. You know, it's track position is so important everywhere we race at, and you know, the fact that we got fast guys in this series, and week in and week out, even though Noko makes it look easier, when I win, I make it look easier. When Flash and I wins, it's still a real stiff competition. You know, all the guys are fast, and I enjoy racing with everybody, and I don't know what to say. I'm just saying I enjoy racing with everybody, and I respect the heck out of everybody. But I can't wait till next week.
You and Noko combined for a total of 17 wins here this season for Motormaster. You two certainly do stand out a little bit more than the rest of the crowd. Is that what you think is going to be the case for Phoenix? Is it going to come down to the Noko Pendle show? What can we expect of Phoenix, in your opinion?
It'll come down to the Noko show, because Phoenix is not my best track by no means. You will not see me have a good race day. If I have a good race day, all hell broke loose, excuse my language. But yeah, it's been awesome racing at Noko. One of my good friends, from Giggity, and he's my team captain over in Giggity, and I respect the heck out of the guy. He's helped me out a lot, and I respect. He always races in the team, and there's no better person to fight the championship with than Noko. And I'm looking forward to, I would say, even if you don't win, you might make it next week. You have points, but I'm going to look forward to racing. I look forward to every week.
Once again, we just want to say congratulations. 7th win of the season. Really proud of you, and best of luck to you next Monday at Phoenix.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
And that was Chris Pendle, driver of the 42 Toyota Supra. Love watching him drive. He's got so much talent and racing ability, and has a really good grip and handle and feel for these NASCAR heat games. Knows how to get the job done, proving it yet again here at Texas Motor Speedway. He wins the Texas Ranger 300, and in great fashion, folks. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, we're saying so long, and keep in mind, Motormaster Monday continues, folks. The Martinsville main event coming up live in just a matter of moments. We're happy to have you with us, and we're going to know exactly who our round of 4 drivers are for next week at Phoenix before the end of tonight.